Hello, Alden.
Hey, how you doing today, Kim?
Good. It's nice to see you again.
You as well. It's been a long time.
Yeah. What's going on today? Anything exciting?
Uh, Nothing special today. Tomorrow, I'll be leaving this afternoon to go to see Spokane. My
Oh,
mother-in-law passed away
oh,
September 5th of last year, and she was a nurse at her hospital. What's the name of the hospital? Sacred Heart down in Spokane for
uh-huh.
probably 35 years. And the hospital is honoring her with a bench in the park right behind the
Oh,
hospital. So my wife and I are going down there to see the big revealing tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.
oh, what an honor. That's so nice.
Yeah, she was amazing. So she touched a
Oh,
lot of lives, and for the fact for them to do something like this, I never heard anybody to do like anything for anybody, or if so, maybe like a doctor of so many years, but a nurse.
what a
Like
great honor for a
what kind
nurse.
of nurse was she? She delivered babies.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they're doing that for her. So we're going down there just to see the revealing of the bench tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So a
Wow.
lot
And
of
then,
friends and family are going.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Are you coming home the same day?
No, we're gonna go down today. We're gonna go to the bench. I plan on coming back tomorrow after the bench revealing, give or take. If it's from 11 to 1, I plan on getting back on the road at 3. But I
Yeah.
know my wife doesn't get to see her father all the time because he still lives in Spokane. So she might want to stay until Sunday. So we'll just play it by ear, see what
Yeah.
happens. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, but what a great honor.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just glad she's no longer in pain. That was like my
Oh,
biggest thing because I had told her, like me and her had really serious conversations. Like
oh,
she meant a lot to me. I meant a lot to her after my injury, and I told her, to her face, and I told the family, like, hey, listen, when because she passed from cancer, so it was like at this point, she done been through so many rounds of chemo. We got 6 extra years with her. Like she was
oh,
diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, like the worst she can have, and we got 6 years,
that's a
like
long time.
a healthy 6 years minus complications when she's got to do the chemo, whenever
Oh,
it came back, radiation, things like that. So I remember, like before she passed, we was down in Spokane. Was a Saturday. We was I was at Eastern Washington's football game. You see the jersey on the back supporting my college. And then we got a call like, hey, she wants us to come to the hospital. So we went there. They was trying to convince me to tell her to go through one more round of chemo. And I told them I don't feel, I felt comfortable doing it. But if she's in pain, if she's in any of the pain that I feel with my nerve pain, I wouldn't want her to go through that. So I don't want to say, Ma, do it, or try to convince her to do it, to fight for us for an extra month, 6 weeks.
right.
Like, is it really worth her health?
Yeah.
Because she's only going to get worse because how aggressive the cancer was. And then when I put it to them in them terms, they understood, like, maybe Alden's right. It was a hard decision, but at the end of the day, she was coherent. She made the decision that she pretty much was done.
Yeah.
And we respected that. Had a full-on
Yes.
conversation with her on that Saturday, and yeah, she passed Monday morning at 5:45 a.m. So 2 days later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
a different experience. I've never seen anything like that. Haven't had anybody in my family, my immediate family, that had to go through cancer or something like that. Here 1 minute, going the next. So it was a different experience for me. I took it really hard
oh,
that Sunday when I seen her in the hospital. But I'm thankful she's in a better place. I'm excited for the hospital doing something like this for her. She touched so many lives that everybody has nothing but good things to say about her. She delivered so many babies to the
oh,
point
wow.
where she delivered some of my wife's best friends' kids and their
Oh,
kids. Like, yeah, everybody knows who she is down in Spokane.
oh, you must miss her.
I do. I do. But every day I'm just say to myself, she's in a better place. And if I think about her like in any moment, I'll think of like some of the stories we had, things she said, or how funny she was. So I like to mimic her voice. I still have like old voicemails. She sent me
Oh,
a video where she was laughing like when Apple first came out with like those Memoji video recordings. She had like I think she was like a dog one time. She was like the shark, just sending different videos being funny. So we still have those.
oh, that's great.
yeah, so we're looking forward, I'm just looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not so much the drive to Spokane though.
I know
Yeah,
that takes a couple hours,
yeah. And we
three or
have a big
four.
dog. Yeah, about three and a half,
Yeah.
3:45, 3 hours, 45 minutes if I'm driving, maybe four, depending how I'm
Yeah.
feeling. But we would fly, but we have a big dog. So
I get
it
that.
just makes it hard to, we would have to board them somewhere or get somebody to watch them. Plus, they have a big house on probably about 5 acres down in Spokane, like in the 9 Mile area. So we literally just open the door and let the dogs go. Like,
Oh,
see you when
nice.
you come back.
Wow, your dog is going to be very happy tomorrow.
Yeah. And plus he's got his what is it? If his uncle. Yeah, he's got his little uncle because technically her parents had a dog. She's the daughter. She has a son, so it's her brother, his cousin, or it's his cousin. But yeah, so he's got another dog out there that he could go rip and run with and terrorize the neighborhood. But everybody in the neighborhood knows who the dogs are.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so great.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I actually like it down there.
Yeah. So anyway, I interviewed you about a year ago, and
Yes.
I know many people saw that interview and listened to that interview, but for the people who haven't listened or watched, can you kind of quickly remind us about what happened to you about 6.5 years ago?
Yeah, 6.5 years ago, I was shot in my back 11 times. Not all in my back, just from behind. My spinal cord is actually fine, but I was shot in a nerve pocket to the right of my spine, kind of like mid to lower back right, which caused me to be paralyzed. So I'm currently in a wheelchair. But yeah, I'm thankful to be alive. Unfortunate situation. I would do the same thing 10 out of 10 times. And that's why I'm happy with who I am today, pretty much, to sum it up as fast
And
as I can.
yeah, and this was in Seattle, right?
Yes, Seattle Pioneer Square, January 16th, 2017
Oh,
at 2:30 a.m.
wow. Well, and if you want to see more details on that, you can check out the podcast and YouTube video. But today I wanted to catch up with you and see what you've been up to since we last spoke a year ago.
So I currently work for Amazon. Well, so I work at Amazon for a nonprofit organization called Northwest Center. Northwest Center is a nonprofit organization um, that actually works with kids with disabilities. So, which is it's funny how it worked that I actually fell into this company, being that I'm currently in a wheelchair. So at the time, I thought I was getting on to be with Amazon. I
Right.
do
That's what I
work
thought.
for Amazon as a vendor. So I
Yeah.
work in all of the Amazon buildings, but I'm actually employed by a nonprofit organization that's pretty much the work that I do at Amazon is helping Amazon give to the mission to help children with disabilities. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
kind of, yes, kind of full circle, like, wow, what are the odds of that?
Do you love it?
I do.
Yeah.
I like it because although I don't work directly with Northwest Center, like with all of the any of the children with the disabilities and things like that, I do help them in a sense by working at Amazon. But I have a hospitality background, which gets me to help the reception team. So I'm like the first point of contact in all of the, depending what building I'm in on what day. It's about 68 buildings throughout Redmond, Bellevue, and Seattle. So I can go in any of the buildings if I'm needed, and then I get to be customer facing. So I deal face to face with any of the Amazonians, any of the vendor partners that come in, pretty much anybody that comes in. Like if I was a concierge in a hotel or a receptionist, like a reception front desk agent,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I do at Amazon. So I get to meet people of all like people from anywhere around the world, like in the country, get to get interactions, develop personal connections. So every day is something new,
Wow.
which is what I
I bet
enjoy.
you love that.
I actually do. I have a good time. I love my team, all my work, my
Oh.
employees that I have underneath me. Like they're great. I know they're probably missing me now. I was supposed to go into work, but I know we were leaving
Oh,
early. No, we were leaving early to go down
no. Okay.
to Spokane. So I was going to leave work early today anyway. And literally just yesterday, I was having a conversation with my manager on a Chime call. And then he was like, yeah, every week I do the payroll, or every 2 weeks I do payroll. And I see, you have upward to 80 plus PTO hours. You have 56 floating holiday hours. He's like, take a vacation, take a day for yourself. So I was like, I went to sleep kind of late. I'm leaving early. That's fine. I could take tomorrow off, which is
And
today,
and then you had to come and do this.
which is fine. I was excited about this. I got myself prepared. Probably literally the day after we confirmed, like, hey, this is going to be October 6th, which was a month ago. We planned this, put this on the
Yeah.
schedule. So I was excited about it.
So how is your modeling career doing?
To me, I've been doing it for about 2 years now, and it's still the weirdest thing. However, it's taken off. Like in my,
Really?
at least for me, like I think it's taken off from where I started to where I'm at now to the things that I've been doing. It's amazing. I've been in different commercials, photo
Really?
shoots. Yes. And I can send you the links after this. I've been
Yes.
Blue Now. I did Blue Now commercial.
What's
Uh,
blue now?
the the jewelry company.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I did a Blue Now commercial, and I think the theme of it was, what was the theme of it? They had a specific name for it, but it was like the theme pretty much where my role in it was, I was like one of the main attractions where my long-time girlfriend was coming into town. I was going to pick her from the airport. I planned on proposing to her that day. So they gave me a nice big 2 carat diamond ring. So the video started with me in the back seat of like a Tahoe, I had a driver going to pick my girlfriend up from the airport. Got this big diamond in my face, and the way they got the camera on it. It's silent video. I didn't do any talking.
Okay.
Um, and then the next scene, they had me in $10 million mansion somewhere on the hill out here in Seattle somewhere. I don't even remember where I
You
was.
mean you really were there, or they
Yeah, I
just,
really, no, no,
oh,
no, I really was.
really?
$10 million mansion. I was taking pictures from behind the scenes, like this is pretty cool. And then we did like the proposal out in the backyard overlooking the lake. It was amazing. Like the view was beautiful. Like I started probably at noon, and then I didn't go again until like sunset because they wanted like the perfect video clip of the theme of the commercial. So that was pretty cool. And what's funny is I had originally proposed to my wife a year before that video that shoot. So they was like, all right, although it's a silent video, we want you to come up with like a speech, like a proposal speech. So I was kind of like, oh, that's easy because I just did this recently. And they started laughing. But then when it came to just time to do it, I was a little nervous. Like if I was proposing all over again. It was crazy. It was weird. It was fun. But that was my Blue Now shoot. Um, I did T-Mobile, most
You
recent
did?
one. Yeah, I did a T-Mobile commercial. I haven't seen it yet. So normally it takes a while for them to put the links out, or my agency get it, then they give it to me, and then I kind of post it everywhere that I can, so it could kind of get out there. People could see me doing it. But yeah, it was an F1 and a Seattle. It was the sponsors commercial. So I think it'll be more like a commercial in a commercial, if that makes sense. So you
Yeah.
know how what I say that, like, let's say it's a regular T-Mobile commercial where they talking about the services, and then like if they look at one of the phones, they'll have like a video playing. I'm
Yeah.
assuming it'll be like a commercial on a commercial, just promoting F1 and Seattle Seahawks because they're their sponsors. So that was pretty
Nice.
cool. I had on no Seattle gear because just because I live in Seattle, I'm still a New York Yankee fan. Oh, so Mariners, sorry,
Yeah, I
Mariners.
was gonna say, huh?
Yeah, yeah, I had to make it make sense. Mariners gear, no.
Okay.
Yankee gear. But everybody else had on Seattle gear. So it was pretty cool that they had different options, and then I didn't choose. They just gave it to me. And I was like, thank God, because I'm a Yankee fan, and everybody started laughing. Because my personality, I just like to make everybody laugh, have a good time around me. So I did that. So Blue Now, T-Mobile. I did a bunch of REI photo shoots, where I have like pictures that they have like on their website. I should have created my resume so that way I could literally see it and then go down the list. I did a couple video commercials in Portland. So I work out of the Pacific Northwest, so sometimes I go down to Portland, Seattle. If it's in driving distance, I'm gonna get there if I can. Um, I
You're
had
so busy.
Yes, it's crazy. I most did a recent one just last week, which is funny about this one. It was a Visit Seattle
Oh,
photo shoot, and they actually partnered me and let my wife do it with me.
oh, how
Yeah,
nice.
so my agency reached out to me saying, "Hey, Alden, we have this Visit Seattle shoot. They want you. Send me something." So I send them what they requested, and then they was like, by any chance, would your wife want to do this with you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'll ask her." So I asked her. She was like, "Yeah, sure." So they emailed her some paperwork she had to fill out. She sent it in, and then when we got to the shoot, I found out why they wanted my wife, because it's because of the shoot that we was doing. They wanted the theme to be kind of intimate, but they feel like if you're doing it intimately with someone you personally know, it the video turns out better, or the commercial. So that was pretty cool. So we did that. We started off at the M Bar down in South Lake Union, and then after that, the next scene that we shot was over at the aquarium. So we
Oh,
went to
how
the aquarium.
fun.
Mind you, I never been to the aquarium, and I lived in Seattle since 2015. So it worked out.
So, did you have to talk?
Me and her and I just interacted. Like, I
Okay.
don't know if the video is going to be like a talking, or they just got a silent with maybe like an instrumental in the background, and
Yeah.
then just the camera's focused on us. But yeah, we was at M Bar, had like a little snack, we were eating, we had a drink, we were talking, and they just keep, they'll get a nice video of what they wanted, then they'll stop, tell us, hey, we want to, let's try this, then we'll do it that way. But the whole time we were just kind of like you and I, just having a conversation.
You're going to have to send me links to all these things, and then I will
Okay.
include it in the show notes.
Okay, and then the most recent one that I did, which the world's famous TikToker. This one was for Amazon. I don't necessarily know if I got into trouble with this one, because in theory it wasn't through my agency, and I didn't know that. I kind of knew once they hand me a paper to sign, like, I don't think I should be signing this. But I did it anyway, because I talked to the lady like, hey, I remember you from this shoot. You know, I'm a signed talent. Should I be signing this? And the way made it seem like, oh no, you're fine. This is because it's through Amazon. You work here. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking I'm helping out work, although I'm doing a video. But then the person that I did the video with would made my agency like, hey, send me every documentation that they sent you, because I'm going to them. And I left it like that. But I did a Amazon Prime Day deal back in, I don't know if it was August or September. I'll send you that link as well. It was with, she's the world's famous TikToker. Her name is Charlie D'Amelio. I don't know if you know her. I
I
didn't
don't.
have a clue who she was till the day before the video, because I had just got back from vacation. Um, Went to work, and it was like, hey, you've been voluntold. And when they say that, they make jokes about it because they know I model. So by them saying you're voluntold, it's like, you look better on camera than us. We're not comfortable in front of a camera. You are. Can you please do it? So I'm like, yeah, sure. And then he was like, yeah, do you know Charlie D'Amelio? I was like, no, who's that? So I thought it was a Amazonian. So I got on my laptop and I started searching his name. And then they was like, oh no, you don't really have to know, but she's like the world's famous TikToker. And I'm like, okay. So I looked her up on TikTok because I need to see who I'm working with. She had, at the time, over 157 million followers on TikTok. Yeah. So she was actually a nice girl. She's young. She's 19. We hit it off, like, to the point where the production crew was like, do you guys know each other? You guys have nice chemistry. And it was mostly, we were just talking about her rise to fame, or where she is now. And I told her I'm just starting in this, like, this field. So I
Yeah.
do modeling. I'm a signed talent. I did a few projects like this. She told me what she's been doing and what she has planned. So we hit it off. And then as soon as they rolled the camera, literally the first take that we did, they was like, wow, that was amazing. I don't think we need to do more. But we did do more, because they wanted like different things they wanted us to say to each other. So we did a few different takes, but they loved us like working together. It was actually fun working with her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I've been taking off. I did a Doc Martens a few. I did a Doc Martens again. I randomly started on the last podcast. I said like how the transition happened of me doing a random photo shoot for a random guy for Doc Martin, and then 4 to 6 weeks later, I get signed by an agency that had no clue about the Doc Martin shoot that I did, and then my agency got me to do another Doc Martin Nordstrom collaboration shoot. So that was pretty cool. That was fun as well. So I kind of, at least once, maybe twice a month, I'm somehow getting booked. I literally just put in a slate. Today is Friday. I put in a slate on Monday after work for a Nike opportunity down in Portland. But this one is only focusing on hands and like arms, like forearms. They won't show your face in the video.
How do you have time to do that with a full-time job? You've got a full-time job and you're trapped. And at your job, you said there's 68 buildings. Do you have
Yes.
to go to all
I
68 buildings?
No, I oversee the east side. So I'm Bellevue, Redmond. So it's
Okay.
we just opened Sonic in Bellevue. So now there's six in Bellevue, and then 5 in Redmond.
Okay.
Redmond are the blackout sites. So pretty much you can't Google those buildings. You don't know the name of them. You can drive past it 10 times and never know it's an Amazon building. So those like the blackout sites where all the cool stuff happens. But yeah,
Oh, so you're enjoying your life, it sounds like.
I got the second chance to enjoy this life, Kim. So I got to take full advantage of it. I travel. I mean, you name it. I do any and everything. Just in April, I was in Barbados, first time ever, going to see my roots, where I'm from, or where my dad and my grandmother's from. Meeting family members I never seen before. Was in Vegas last week for a wedding. One of my best friends who actually ordained my wedding. He got married in Vegas. Was at his wedding last week. In 2 weeks, so on the 19th, I'll be in Cabo, Mexico for another wedding. One of my best friends. So I'm one of his groomsmen in his wedding. So I'm booked and busy, just trying to make the best out of the second chance that I got at life. I recently got reached out by a coach that coaches high school at Lacey, Washington, kind of in the Olympia area, where they want me to come out one of these Wednesdays and then talk to their players. So I told them I'll do that. I'll let them know, probably shoot for next week. I didn't want to do this week because I was busy doing, I knew I had a busy weekend coming up. Today I'll be on the sidelines at Ferris High School in Spokane, Washington for my nephew's football game. He's on varsity as a sophomore. So I'm gonna be on a sideline trying to be like not a coach, but I'll coach up what I see as a second pair of eyes on the sideline, because the head coach of that team is one of my friends who I played ball with back when I was in college. So they're gonna allow me to be on the field. I'm not gonna give my nephew all of my attention. I'm gonna just see what I see and then kind of tell the players different things, because as you know, I have the background in football as well.
Yes, I know. You're a good mentor.
Thank you. I'm just trying to be a positive light in this world.
What a full life. I thought maybe today you could share your wisdom and
Okay.
experiences and maybe some valuable insights and
Okay.
maybe some advice for those maybe in your situation or not.
Okay. Sure. I don't mind. Speaking of my situation, I just most recently had a last month. Um, my best friend, her little cousin was hurt 2 years ago. He is actually paralyzed now. And for the
Oh,
past 2 years, he did nothing, like, not to me say he did nothing, like he's new to his injury. So I've been there. I know where he's at in life. So I actually went out to his house, picked him up. He drove my car for the first time, and it's probably the happiest they said he's been since he's got hurt. He was smiling ear to ear because he wasn't aware that there are things called portable hand pedals that you can buy and put in your car. As someone who was paralyzed from the waist down and don't have the use of your legs, that with these portable hand pedals, you get to just drive with your hand. He
yeah.
drove my car. I told him, hey, wherever you want to go, just go. It doesn't matter. Take the freeway, take the side street. Just, you're my personal chauffeur for the day, being funny with him. And he was smiling ear to ear. He recently just purchased his portable hand pedal, sent me a picture of them. And I was told that he's been driving literally every day. So
Oh,
I'm happy about that. I just wanted to kind of throw that in when you said like some wisdom or mentorship or something, like right now, and I'm trying to just focus on mentoring him. I would mentor any and everybody, but him
Yeah.
personally, because I knew where he was, or I knew he's 2 years hurt, and I know where I was when I was 2 years hurt. It
Yeah.
didn't take me to 3.5 years to get to this Alden that you see in front of you today. I was in a funk, but no
Really?
one
It
asked
took
me.
that long?
Yeah, no one knew. Like I didn't say anything. I put a smile on my face, like around people, but internally, mentally, I was hurt bad,
Yeah.
down bad. So I knew where he was. So my goal was to get him back on track
Oh, I
faster
love
than
that.
it took me. So yeah, that was just one of the positive things I did last month. I can't remember the day, but I literally went down to his house in Federal Way, picked him up, and said, "It's time. Let's go." He got dressed. We got in the car, me, him, and one of his best friends. I jumped in the front seat. He jumped in the back. I mean, he jumped in the driver's seat. His friend jumped in the back, and then rest was history. He asked me, "You think I should go on the freeway?" I looked at him and said, "Why are you asking me? You driving?" How do you ask that question, right, Kim? And then you get on the freeway, and then you get to 90 miles per hour. Yeah,
What?
yeah, it was kind of, I was like, oh, okay,
Oh
because
my God.
your first
Boy.
time, you kind of got me a little nervous, but he handled himself well. But in his defense, I do have a fast car with a Hemi, so it goes fast, really fast. So you won't even realize how fast you're going unless you look down at the thing. So it was kind of like once he realized how fast he was going, he slowed it down, which was fine. But I really wasn't worried just because I didn't want to take that away from him. I wanted
Yeah.
him to have that opportunity of freedom, of independence. Like I don't want you relying on anyone. If someone's busy or they are late, now you're late. So just having the opportunity to just come and go as you please. When you
Yeah.
got hurt, your family bought a specific car just for you to get in and out of, as transferring from your wheelchair to the drive a passenger seat. And now that same car is yours whenever you decided to get back, you get your life back in order, on track. So his mom was calling me. I talked to her on FaceTime. She was crying, thanking me. And I'm telling her, you don't
Oh.
got to thank me. Like, and then literally his grandfather calls and like, hey, he's like, hey, granddad, I'm gonna pull up on you. You at the house? He's like, yeah. So his grandfather, as he's walking up to the car, my car got tinted windows. The way the car's face it, the passenger seat is where the grandfather's about to be, but I'm in the passenger seat. So he's thinking his grandson is in the passenger seat.
Oh.
I roll down the window. He's like, "Oh, Sean, you driving?" So he starts yelling at his wife, and then the family members in the background. Come to find out, they're getting ready for a barbecue. They made us come back later to the barbecue, had some good food there, and they was just thanking me so much. And I'm like, y'all don't have to thank me, like. And they was like, they was telling him, this is someone you need in your life to help you. Like, I have never seen you this happy. So that literally made my day. I was taking videos of it and everything that I still have on my phone. So just having
Oh,
that
wow.
opportunity just put a smile on my face.
So have you taken him to a mall and shown him your wheelchair skills on an escalator yet?
I have not.
Okay.
No, I haven't done that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I still do the escalator thing, and people every day like, "You're amazing."
I
That's
know. I still want
fascinating.
to see it. It
Yeah,
just
I
freaked
mean,
me out when you told me about it the first time.
it's just sometimes it's too many people waiting at the elevator, and I just don't have the patience to wait. Although what's funny is one of my insights, I think, is patience. It is right there. But I tell myself, be patient, be patient. It's still a learning process for me. That was something I was trying to work on a year ago on the podcast with you the first time. I'm still working
Yeah.
on it. But yeah, that's one of my insights, patience.
Yeah.
But uh I don't have the patience sometimes, especially when, no offense, but it's like I feel like it's well fully capable people, well able. Like you're walking, you can easily just walk down the stairs. They're right there, but they want to wait for the elevator. But it's like a family of seven. It's just like it's no room for me. You guys were there first, so it's like I would have to let you get on, let you go down or up. Come then the elevator comes back and get me. I'm in a rush. I'm on the escalator. And then everybody sees me like, wow, like you're amazing. Thumbs up from a distance. So as I'm holding on to both sides of the escalator, I'm got my thumbs up to them too, and they just blown away.
You need to tell these agents that you do that and that
Yeah.
they should put that in a commercial. It's quite
I can tell
something.
them. Yeah.
I've never
I'm trying
seen
to
it. I've still
I
never seen it. I watched for it now because you said
yeah.
that. I've never seen that. This
It's
is an
okay.
amazing thing that you do.
Next time I'm by an escalator, I'll take a personal video and send it to you. I'll show you me going up and show you me going
Well,
down.
you better let someone else take the video.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have a free
Well,
hand. Don't
technically
even,
I can, but I won't. I'll have someone record it just so that way I can smile and wave. So that way when you get the video.
that would be great.
Okay.
Okay, so share your other pieces of
Uh,
wisdom with us.
other pieces of wisdom that I have there's no such thing as can't. I put that one as like pretty much my first one because although my situation in my life has changed, I don't want to look at it and say I can't do something. Or if someone's going to tell me you can't do something, I have to prove you wrong. Like I always been that way. If someone tell me you can't reach the top shelf in a grocery store, just because I'm sitting in a wheelchair doesn't change the fact that I'm 6'4". I do still have long arms, and I'll prove to you that I can reach the top of the shelf. So that had to be my first one. Can't I learned in one of my favorite movies back in the day, Loving Basketball. The father said to his son, "What I told you about that word, mind you, he cursed and then said can't." So he was like, "F can't do
Oh, yeah.
this." His father said, "What I tell you about this word?" He said which word, and then mom, he was like can't, and he was like, oh, can't is not in the man's vocabulary. So that stuck with me my whole life since I saw that movie. And then the mom was like, she hit him like, what are you talking about, you didn't hear the curse word he said? He was like, oh yeah, and don't curse. So he didn't even really care that his son curses, more so that his son said he can't do something. So I try to take pride in things that I can do, and I won't let myself or anyone around me tell me what I can't do.
And plus,
So
you
that
like a challenge.
I do. I do.
Yeah.
If you challenge me and tell me something, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I have to. It's the pride that I have within me. So
Yeah.
that's just one of my insights that I had. And then follow your passion, whatever that passion is, whatever it is
Okay.
you want to do in life. Like I still don't know what I want to do. I can say things that I enjoy. I like connecting with people, talking to people. Is that my passion? It's possible. I'm good at it. I don't shy away from it. So that's a possibility. My current passion right now, if I can change it into a permanent passion, would be modeling because I do enjoy it and they spoil me when I'm on set. You name it, they do it. It was one time I had a personal assistant where it was raining outside for a commercial we was doing. I was trying to hold the umbrella over my head, but my personal assistant had the umbrella standing next to me with it over me. She's getting soaking wet. I felt bad. I'm like, get under the umbrella with me. She's like, no, it's fine. It's my job. I'm like, okay. So yeah, they spoil you on these shoots, but they feed you like because you're there sometime 10 hours a day. So you getting lunch, you getting dinner, or you getting breakfast and lunch, depending on how where the 10 hours start. So if I could turn that to a full-time thing, I would love to. So
So
that
that's
could
what
be a passion.
happens. That's what happens when you follow your passion. You get fed well
Oh yeah,
and you don't get soaking wet.
that is true. You know that they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And then I have, what else do I have? Communication is key. I try my best being a communications major to communicate as effective as I can. Sometimes me and my wife get those wires crossed, but we figure it out. But yeah, just having a
Oh,
communication, just to talk things through. Um, just hold yourself accountable. Like if you know you're gonna do something, communicate that. Sometimes over communicating works for me as well, just so that way I cover cross all the T's and dot all my I's. So that's one thing that I had as an insight. And then another one is it doesn't matter how much money you make, you can't take it with you gone when you're gone. And I use that one as just for the simple fact when I got hurt 6.5 years ago, even if I was a millionaire, if I died that night, the money stays. So use it while you can. I mean, save it to travel, to see the world, to buy things you really want or experiences that you want to have. But at the end of the day, the money is gonna come and go. So it doesn't make sense to put it in savings or hold on to it for 30 years when you might not live to see the 30 years. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
that's why I use that as one of my as an insight. And it's be who you are, positive intentions. Everything that I do in life is always been positive. I try to tell the truth with everything that I do. I try to see the best in any situation, just because you never know what someone's going through. So that's just how I look at it. Let me see what else did I come up with. Uh, be accountable. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. Like for instance, I let my coworkers know I possibly wasn't gonna come in just because, but I put them in position to succeed without me today. Whether I came in or not, they knew everything that they had to do, get it done, so that way no one is checking in on you without me being there. Plus, I let my team know because I have two other supervisors that are my backups. So I just let them know what needs to be done within the pod. Let's make the things happen if I don't come in, because I still was undecided, because I take pride in holding, like I said, holding myself accountable. I don't
Yeah.
like calling out. But even my manager's like, hey, you got all of these hours for what? Like, I don't want you to burn yourself out. So today I actually needed in a sense a personal day. Take time out to have this podcast with you, get my house cleaned up before I get on the road to head down to Spokane. And then yeah, I
Okay.
have follow through with what you say you're going to do. So, for instance, and with trust and show up. I gave my word to Lacey High School that one of these Wednesdays, when they have a home practice or a home game, I'm going to get down there and I'll speak to the team before or after, whenever they want me to do it. And then afterwards, I know they said they want me to take me out to dinner. So that's a good thing. I did have other schools reach out to me that potentially what is it, like Inglemore High School up in Bothell.
Hmm.
They reached out. At one point they was thinking about bringing me on the coaching staff, but I can't coach kids. Well, I think
You
I can coach
can't?
high schoolers. I think I can coach high schoolers. I don't like coaching like kids, because sometimes kids is hard to get through to if they're not paying attention, or in my situation, if I want to explain to them what I want them to do, it's not ideal for them to actually get what I'm trying to get them to do because I can't demonstrate it. Like for instance, I
Yes.
played football. I was a corner. If I'm trying to tell them, hey, I need your back pedal to look like this, I can't do it to show them what it needs to look like. And maybe they're not coachable, but like little kids, it's hard to coach. I literally was at my nephew's football game right across the street from my house last 2 weeks ago, and the little, like the, what is it, 12 and under, I'm just out there like these kids just doing what they want, they,
Yeah.
because they're young and I understand.
Yeah.
So if I was to be a coach, I would need to coach like high school or like college kids because they understand, they're more mature. But 12 and under, I can't do it, and I know that. But can't is not in my vocabulary. But let's just say I don't want to do it. I
Yeah.
would if I would if I
You
had
don't
to.
have to. If you don't want to, you don't have
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
So I'll stay away from 12 and under, but 13 and up, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
And then I have empathy. That was one of my biggest things. Like in my last podcast with you, I said my character traits. I said
Yes.
before I got hurt, I was cocky, confident, arrogant.
Yeah.
I'm still cocky, confident, arrogant. However, I'm
You're
enhanced.
kidding.
I'm enhanced. I have a lot more character traits than just those three. Those is just my favorite three back in the day. But I'm patient. I'm empathetic. I can empathize with anyone. So that's why I had to add that again, just because I have the ability to. I see things from everyone else's point of view nowadays. It's not just about me or my personal experience because everyone is going through something. So I have the ability to empathize. Like when I worked in hospitality, at the one point I worked in a hotel called the Silver Cloud Inn on South Lake Union. Right next door to that was the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance. So we had like a special rate for um, customers or guests that were going to come stay with our hotel to go and get chemo or radiation and things like that. So after I got hurt, I was able to empathize with them in their situation because I know what their experiences they're going through. Not maybe not at that extent, but I know they're getting picked, poked, and stabbed by doctors, tests ran, MRIs, CAT scans. All of these different tests are happening to them, and that could be draining on the body. So I'm able to empathize with them on that level because being in my experience, going through my experience, I know exactly some of the things that they're going through, which is probably how me and my mother-in-law were able to be so close and share some of the relationships, stories that we had and memories that even to this day, my wife is finding out more and more new things that her and her mom, well, me and her mom talked about that she had no clue because we
Yeah.
had our own relationship. We could do lunch dates, we could do dinner dates. We didn't need her
Oh,
there. And this was before we were husband and wife. Me and her mom stayed off and on we would break up back when we were younger. I was immature, but me and her mom always stayed close. So that never changed. Me and her whole family stayed close, but me and her mom, I'm just using her mom as an example
Yeah.
with how close we was, and we was able to empathize with each other. And then her being a nurse, she knew what I needed at the time I was in the hospital when I didn't know what I needed.
Right.
When I first originally got hurt, she was
Yeah.
kind of there taking care of me
Oh.
this day that I got hurt. So that Monday morning when they got the phone call at, I don't know, 5, 6 in the morning, hey, Alden was shot. They jumped on a plane spoke to Seattle right away. Went to the
Oh.
airport, bought a ticket, got on the plane, and her
Nice.
mom was there by my bedside when I woke up, holding my
Yeah.
hand, talking to me. So
Oh.
I always be thankful for that relationship I
Oh
had with her.
gosh,
So
yes.
I do miss her, like I said. And then let me
So
see.
let me ask you a question real quick
Yes,
about the empathy thing. So
yes.
if someone's going through something that not necessarily what you've gone through, but some other thing that's keeping them down, do you think that they feel guilty asking you for help, seeing that you're in a wheelchair? Does that
Oh,
ever
yes.
stop anybody? Like they're like, I've got nothing to complain about, but I need to talk to someone, but I can't talk to him because
Yeah.
I didn't go through that.
No, that happens all the time. And the way I kind of ease into specific conversations like that is I would always ask, well, how's your day going? If I'm interacting with them, or if I see, because I can read body language, if I see like they're not really there. If I start talking to you and you're kind of giving me, and you're interacting with me, but not as much, then I know, okay, I can ask a few questions to get some answers to kind of get some information out of you. But if you're straight up, oh no, I'm good, and kind of like ignore me, I won't, ask any questions. But when my favorite question to ask is, how are you doing today? And then they'll say, I'm doing okay. Then they'll repeat the same question to me. And I was like, I'm doing okay. But I mean, it's always something you could complain about, but someone's always going through something. And then that's when they'll kind of open up the door
Oh,
to say, well, you are right because of this. And then I can empathize with them on what they're going through, maybe based off my experience or based off something that I've seen or heard or know. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of weasel through to get information because I am customer friendly. I can talk to anyone. Everyone opens up to me. I have apparently a great smile, a positive personality. It's like some sort of aura about me that gets people like engaged. So they love it when I,
yeah.
engage with them. So that's just how I kind of find out if someone's going through something. But you are right. Everyone is always going through something. It's just a matter of,
But
are
they
you going
might
to
like
let
if
that
they're going
affect
through
your day?
something lesser, like they hurt their foot and or they went through foot surgery.
Hey, that
they
hurts.
they don't they don't want to bother you with their foot because
Yeah.
look at you,
Yeah.
you know.
They don't, I tell them it's not a bother at all. Nothing really bothers me, to be honest.
Yeah, and you're just willing to talk to anybody and help them.
Yeah, I guess that's part of my passion. I want to get people to have a good day. Or if you come to me and we're having an interaction and you were upset when you leave me, when you walk away from this conversation, I want you to have a smile on your face knowing I touched you some sort of way. I made your day better than what it was. Like
Yeah,
earlier you said you was trying to get the computer, everything set up, and then maybe that could have been frustrating for you. And you like, oh, now I got to do a podcast. Maybe you're not looking forward to it, but then as soon as we started, maybe I got you smiling the whole time, and it's just like, oh, he made my day. Like things like that. That's what I try to do. Doesn't
yeah.
matter who you are, like what you're going through. If
You
you
don't
see
say
me,
something like, well, that's nothing, look at me.
no, I would never say that because
Yeah,
everyone's
or
going through
think it. I
something.
didn't know if you
Yeah.
thought it,
Oh
or I'm
no,
sure you
not.
don't.
I don't think it just because everyone's going through something,
Yeah,
everyone could have a disability. You just don't see it. You just never
right.
know. So I try to be a positive light in anyone's life that I touch.
Yeah, you sure are.
Yeah.
Okay, any more? Yes, and you have
I
that
think,
fabulous smile.
thank you. Thank you. So I got all those points. And then let me see. I have here the people in your life are precious. Time is something you won't get back. So pretty much what I meant by that is just I used that last one. That's why I made it my last one, just for the sense of what we're going to be doing for my mother-in-law. Just
Hmm.
because the people in your life are precious. She was someone who I admired. Like I've met a lot of people in my life. I let a lot of people in, not too many because I was a little closed off and naive back in the day. But since I met my mother-in-law back when I met her in 2012, I graduated in 2012, so it's maybe April, May of 2012 or that summer. Like she's always been a positive person in my life. So I was thankful for that relationship. And with life being so short, you just gotta make everything, all the time that you have, you gotta make it worthwhile. And that's with anybody, like friendships. So I try to make it a habit. Like right now, my wife and her sister are not talking. Y'all haven't spoken
Oh,
since last year, March.
oh,
Just put it to the side, bury the hatchet. Tomorrow's not promised, because God forbid if something happened to either one of you, you guys are going to be hurt behind it. So
yeah.
y'all are missing out on time with each other. My wife probably is going to see this podcast later and be mad at me like, why would you say that? I'm honest, I'm not going to tell a lie. But just using that as an
Oh,
example, like I was mad, I could use my little brother. I was mad at my little brother for a little while because he's not doing things in life the way I feel he needs to do it at his age. But that still changes nothing. I said I'm not talking to him, I'm not messing with him, but I still will call and check in on him. He still will call me. You know what I mean? I'm still there for him, regardless if I don't like your decisions. You still have a friend in me, essentially. Well, he's my brother, but you know what I mean? It doesn't matter who you are. If you were my enemy 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and we cross paths today, we don't. It's buried. I would love a friendship. I don't want any enemies in life, because time is something you can't get back. So I don't want to go through life knowing that me and this person didn't get along, and now you're no longer here, and now I got to deal with the fact that I never made that amends with you to be back to where we was as friendships back in the day, or whatever that looks like. Just know time doesn't change. It doesn't go backwards. It only go forward. So you got to
yeah.
make the best out of whatever time you have. Hence why 6.5 years later of my injury, I'm better now than I was before my injury.
Do you think you have a more full life since before that? I
I
mean,
think so.
or more than before?
I want to say outside of my accomplishments in sports throughout college, prior to that, I did nothing in my mind. I did nothing in life that was worth something other than those accomplishments sports wise. Full scholarship, education paid for, national champion, basketball jersey retired. I was pretty good athlete. Thankful for those accomplishments as an athlete, but I feel like I'm having in the past 6 years, I'm having more of a full life now because I know tomorrow's not promised to you. So I'm taking all of these opportunities and running with it. I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone, doing things I probably never thought I'd do. Hence modeling. I'm traveling. I don't let a job tell me I can't take a vacation. I tell the job I am taking a vacation. So you find someone to cover those dates, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
That's just how, because that's how I look at it. Because it's just like, let's say they want to terminate you, they're going to terminate you on that day. So why are you going to tell me, oh, I can't take this vacation because it's 7 people out that day, so you have to come to work? No, 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 no. It doesn't work like that. Period. To me, that's how my mind is, and I can't change my mindset. So I got to live life to the fullest. Since I've been hurt, I done traveled the world. I got married. I'm a model. I'm accomplishing so many things that maybe I didn't have time to do. I like to say in my the first chapter of my life, because I was an athlete. That was pretty much my job. Full-time basketball, full-time football player. My college, my education is getting paid for. So that was me working those sports, getting the payment for my services. That's how I like to look at it.
Wow. What do I say to that? You're
Yeah.
such an inspiration.
Thank you.
There's some
Thank you.
people that just they don't even live half the life you do.
I have to agree. In If I'm able to interact or touch anyone from this podcast or just in life, I just got to tell them you have to live life, because tomorrow's not promised to you. You could be here one day and go on tomorrow. Like my incident, literally, I have a video of me the day before I got hurt. I'm jumping up and down, I'm dancing, I'm having a good time, I'm singing, I'm getting myself hyped up. And then 24 hours later, I'm waking up in the hospital, or you know what I mean? It didn't add up to me, and I didn't process it right on how that transition happened like this, like with a snap of a finger. So now I try to encourage any and everybody, you have to live your life. You have to.
Does
Don't wait.
does it trigger you at all to talk about it?
It doesn't. I think it doesn't because of what I accomplished my whole life growing up. Sports was all I cared about. Yes, I got an education because of the sports that I love, but that's all I cared about. So when I got hurt, the sports was done. I was in a career. So I felt like I accomplished so much to the fact that, yes, it sucks. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm living my life in a wheelchair. I wish that wasn't the case, but I'm thankful to still had a second opportunity to be alive. So it doesn't bother me to talk about it. I have a story to tell that I would love to share. And like I said, just got to live my life now at this point.
You need to give a TEDx talk.
TEDx talk. I was told in Vegas last weekend I need to start a podcast myself.
Yes. Are you
Yeah,
going to? I
I
think you
don't
said
know.
that before. You really need to get on this. You
I
have
do.
a
I
lot of
said it a
time,
year ago. I do. But we already, if I was to start one, I already came up with the name of it, something that I used to say back in the day. My friends were like, you should name it this and you should do it this way. So we kind of spitballed a few things on how to go about it, but I still haven't pulled the trigger on it. But I can because like I said, I have like high-tech microphones because I live stream video games sometimes. But I got like these high-tech Blue Yeti microphones and things like that. I have
Nice.
webcams. So I can do it. It's just a matter of, do I have the time to squeeze that in with my busy schedule?
I think one TEDx talk would do it for you.
Yeah, just one.
You'd be known around the world by this one
Yeah.
talk. Yeah, that's where you want. That's what you want. You want a
Oh,
TEDx talk.
okay.
So you need to look in how to go about that because you have quite a story to tell and you're quite
Okay.
inspiring. So you're
Thank
like,
you.
okay, yeah, I'll put that on my list for Tuesday.
No, I'm just gonna write it down to look into what like a TEDx talk at, like what does that look like? How do you go about that? And then I would like, I don't mind. One
Yeah,
thing
you've
about
seen
me,
them, right? Have you
I gotta
seen them?
do
Just go
I
to
don't
YouTube and type TEDx,
that's what I was gonna do.
TEDx talk.
That
And
okay.
they just stand on a stage for I don't know how long, 10 minutes, and tell a
Okay.
story.
Yeah.
And all these people are very inspiring.
Okay.
And you'd be perfect for that. I'm telling you. And if you
Okay.
go do it, I want to go with you
Okay.
to
No, I'll keep
watch.
you updated.
I
I
want to
gotta
sit in
look.
the front row.
Okay, that works. I'll look into it and try to get something set up. But yeah, like
Yeah.
I said, that's why when opportunities come up for me to get on the podcast with you or come and speak to the youth or anything, come support. If I have the time, it's not if I'm in town or if I'm where it's gonna be, I'll do it with no hesitation. You
Can
know,
I ask you
like
a question?
yes,
Does
sure.
anything scare you?
No, not anymore.
Nothing.
Like, and you mean in life or just anything in general?
Yeah, everything.
Well, in life, I don't want to say anything scares me because I like to say I died and came back to life. So I
Yeah.
know what that other side looks like. So nothing scares me per se, but I do have a fear of oceans and sharks. Doesn't mix with me.
Okay, wait a minute. You said last year that you wanted to live on a yacht.
Yes.
A
Doesn't mean I
yacht,
need
a
to be in the
yacht is
water,
in the ocean.
but I'm not going to be in the water because it's sharks and you can't see it.
So
But on a yacht,
it's just sharks that you're afraid of, but not
I
ocean
don't know
itself.
why. No, not really. Like back in the past when I would do like jet skiing or tubing, it's like it's fine, it's fun. But as soon as I fell off or fell in the water, it's like I got to get out fast. Like I don't want to waste any time. Get me out this water because I
Okay.
can't see what's under there. And if something can see me, I don't want to risk it. Even though sharks is not in a lake, but you just never know. I don't want to find out.
Okay, so we're going to keep you away from sharks. And other
Yes.
than that, nothing
Other than
scares
that,
you. People
no.
ask you to go do things and you say yes to everything. You're a
Me
yes
and
man.
I am. Me and my director got a plan to one of our birthdays. Like we plan on soon, probably her birthday. I don't know how serious she is or she think I'm playing, but I wanna. We talked about going skydiving.
Yeah, you
Let's do
talked
it.
about that a year ago, and I was hoping
And
that you had done it by now.
we talked about it with my director at work, and she said she does it. So I said I want to do it. It's on my bucket list, and she said we're gonna make it happen.
Okay.
But what's happened is Amazon's been opening up a new branch out in Virginia. So it's like H2Q headquarters. So because she's the director and she oversees the whole program, she's been over in Virginia a lot. So I haven't
Oh,
seen her to follow up like, hey, are we going to make this happen or what?
No time for skydiving.
Yeah, at
Well,
some
there
point,
must be one of your millions of friends that would take you.
oh yeah. My best friend John, he said like let's go,
Well,
but
let's go.
he lives in Los Angeles, so
Well,
it's a
tell him
matter
to come
of
here.
yeah, it's or I need to either go there, he needs to come here. We just gotta coordinate it. But you know, it's hard, it's busy. He's got a son, the wife he's taking care of. He's in LA. I'm booked and busy here in Seattle. But on a good note, we was all together last weekend in Vegas, and on the 19th, we're all gonna be in Mexico together. So
Right. Well, you can do it there.
mm, I'll wait till we back in the States.
You know what? You
Uh,
need to find somebody local who has time.
yeah,
I dive with you. You can't go for these far away people. They don't have time and they're not close by. So you
yeah.
must know some local people who have time.
Is skydiving on your bucket list?
Well, no, I'm scared of everything. You
I
got to
was
be
gonna
kidding.
say, I was gonna say that'd be a good thing for the podcast. Hey, we talked about it, we did it. Here's a little video clip of it.
You're right. That would be amazing. No one would believe it, especially me.
That's why they got to see it,
Yeah,
and then
I'm
have
too
me on the
afraid.
podcast again, and then say, hey, I'm gonna add a link to the video clip of us skydiving. It was amazing. You know, at some point we gotta all get over our fears. I used to,
You're afraid of nothing.
yeah, well now, but that's because I had a traumatic event that happened to me, which changed my outlook on life. That tomorrow's not promised. So you know, knock on wood, anything could happen. Like I can leave out of a house right now and something can happen. So I just got to
Yeah,
live in the moment, or live just to live to live. So that way, when I'm gone, that you know, people would talk about me for the rest of my life, saying Alden lived his life to the fullest.
I
That's
love
all I
that.
want at the end of the day. If anything ever happened to me, I just want people to look back and say he lived his life to the fullest.
Are you going to write a book called Live Your Life to the Fullest? Is that on your bucket list too?
A book is on the bucket list. I didn't have a title, but I
I
like
like
that.
that.
Where's my pen at? Here's my
You can
pen.
watch the video later if you forget.
Oh no, I'm not gonna forget because I'm gonna write it down.
Live
Oh, there it
your
is.
life
I
to
got
the
I
fullest.
got this black pen on my desk, but I got a whole black desk. I couldn't even see it. Look, I'm turning the page.
And you know what? You can write a screenplay for it and then you can star in the movie.
Maybe
It's
I'll
like a
produce
great
it.
movie.
You might get paid more as a producer than the actor. Maybe as an
Yeah,
up and coming actor. So I'll produce the movie.
you can do it all, I think. I don't think you'd let anybody do anything else. You want to do it all.
That's true, because if they don't do it right, then that's a problem with me.
Like,
At least if you're trying to act as me, you have to literally you have
be.
to you have to be me. You have to have walked in my shoes and experienced what I experienced in life. So maybe you're right. I'm gonna have to be the one to do it.
Yeah.
I'll direct it and play it, star in it.
If not, if somebody did star in it, who would it be? Who would play you?
I have to say Michael B. Jordan.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
big time A-list names. It has to be Michael B. Jordan.
Well, you know what? Get your agent to get a hold of his agent and then tell him your story. And then let's get this happening.
Hmm. Okay, that is a good idea. Well, I'll just DM him and see if he opens the DM or his publicist. But the only catch is I don't want to share too much of my story and then someone steals
Steal
the
it.
rights to my story. You
Yeah.
know, that'd be messed up.
You just have to tell him a little bit. I got shot. I can't walk. That's it.
Yeah. And it's and the story will blow you away.
Yeah.
Contact me if you're interested.
I dare you.
Okay. No, I will do it.
Okay, do it.
All right.
Do it. And then you have to let me know what happens.
If they answer, they probably get a million DMs and don't even look at it. You know, they probably only got it set up where they can see the DM of the people they follow, and then the people who they don't follow just probably goes off in a little, you know, the little junk side
Yeah.
section where you gotta look at it and maybe open it or just delete it. But I'll do it.
Do it and go around that. You can find a way around that.
Yeah.
Just go right to the source.
I just gotta see him in person. That's how I look at it. I say anything could be done if I'm face to face with anyone. That's how I
Oh,
like to look
yes.
at it.
And you're
Yeah,
very
because
convincing.
yeah, That's what it is. You got to meet me. You got to see me speak. You got to see the passion behind every word that come out of my mouth, and you know, like he's the guy. Yeah, but we gotta somehow cross paths.
Okay, well, I want the skydiving, the movie, the planning of the movie. I want that all done. And then you're going to come on again in a year and you're going to tell me about all of this and how it happened for you.
Or if it's
Or
happening.
sooner. I mean, if it happens like next month, you're going to have to come back on and tell us about it because we want to know. Your
Okay.
fans are waiting.
All right. No, I'll do it. I'll do it.
So, so this was great. Where can people find you?
Um, Anywhere to
Facebook?
be honest.
Quick.
Yeah, I have Facebook. On Facebook, I think my name on Facebook is actually my name, Alden Gibbs Jr.
Okay.
Same as Instagram. And that's is it anything else social media
Wait,
wise?
aren't
Oh,
you
Facebook
aren't
and
you like
Instagram.
Mr. International
Yes, I'm
model
Mr.
man or something?
Mr. International AG, I think.
Okay.
However, if you just typed in
I'll
Alden
I'll
Gibbs
put the
Jr., it'll
Alden
pop
Gibbs
up.
Jr.
Yeah, if you just type
GIBBS.
yes, that's correct.
Okay.
If you just type in my first and last name, it'll pop up. But my current, like my name is Mr. International AG. And it's
Okay.
just
Yes.
Mr. International because I felt like I'm internationally known. I travel the world. I'm a model. I'm on billboards. Well, no, not billboards yet.
And pretty soon you're gonna be an actor.
I
And
hope
Michael
so.
be or you're not gonna be an actor, you're gonna be a producer, you're gonna have a book out and
Just
Michael
just
B.
trying to
Jordan is going to be playing you.
just
Man,
trying to do a little bit of everything.
and this is all gonna happen in a year. I love it.
I wish if only.
You're
If
so much
only.
fun. You're so fun to talk to.
Thank you. I try to be. This is me every day, and people gets blown away. Like then they say it every day. Like every day you have a smile on your face, even though I could potentially be having nerve pain. No one ever know because I
Oh,
don't let what's happening internal change what's happening external. Like I'm here, I'm visible. You see me. If you don't see me, then think maybe something's wrong. But if you see me, you're gonna see the smile. You're gonna see me having a good time. Just happy to see you.
I love it. You're so positive.
Thank you.
That's so great. Is there anything else you wanted to share today?
No, I don't have anything at the moment. I got all the insights that I came up with. Well, not that I came up
Okay.
with. I live them every day, but I wrote them down on paper so that way I could have enough to speak about. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's great. All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're gonna come back soon. Before a year, though. I mean, I'm sure
Yes,
you have a lot. You're gonna have a lot to talk about in a month. So come back as soon as you can.
sounds good to me.
All right. Well, I'll let you
All right,
get back to whatever you're doing. Have a
all
great
right.
day.
Thank you, Kim. I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, bye.